Today, I'm going to uncover one of school bullying's most greatest secrets. Emotional bullying is one of the most prevalent type of bullying, with pushing, shoving, tripping, spitting on someone being second. Cyberbullying is for the middle school grade levels, the least prominent type of bullying, but it is greater in the last 3 years of high school than in grades 6th and 9th.
The content of cyberbullying can consist of all the types of content mentioned in emotional bullying, using sensitive or private information, impersonating someone in order to cast that person in a bad light, and beyond, including posts, insulting and derogatory comments about someone, or sending such comments to someone, sending mean or threatening messages, gossiping about someone online, including posts excluding someone from an online page or group. Unwanted contacts is also known as harassment, which is another form of cyberbullying.
Victims of bullying display a range of responses even many years later, such as low self-esteem, difficulty in trusting others, lack of assertiveness, aggression, difficulty controlling anger, and isolation. Impersonation. The NCES report reveals that there is noticeably more bullying in middle school grades 6, 7, and 8 than in senior high school. Most school bullying occurs inside the school, a lesser amount on school property, and even less on the school bus. The least occurs in other areas. Middle school students, and particularly 6th graders, were most likely to be bullied on the bus. 6th graders were the most likely students to sustain an injury from bullying, with middle schoolers being more likely to be injured than high school students.
Cyberbullies may conceal their identity so that their victim experiences an anonymous attack.
For an interview, I decided to call up my friend Thomas and see what his opinion is on school bullying.
Look, man, as a kid, I was bullied, right?
Yeah.
So every person is different. Every person reacts differently to situations, right?
Yeah.
So, like, as a kid, I was bullied, right? I didn't know English, and not knowing English, it was kind of hard to, interact with the kids. And yeah, of course, I got bullied, and more than just that, my parents own guns. I mean, my dad we collect guns in our family, right?
Yeah.
But I was always raised knowing that hurting people is wrong. I knew in my head, because my parents taught me, like, under no circumstances are you allowed to pick up a gun and point it at a person.
Yeah.
And I was bullied, right? So verbally, physically, and never in my life have I thought to pick up a gun and shoot somebody, ever. Even as a kid, not even joking around, because I knew my parents taught me, you cannot do this. Think about it as like a support system, right? So like, you have your parents who teach you, right? And you have friends, right? Even, like, I didn't have friends as a kid, like, usually, like, I had you, but like, at school, I was basically alone, and of course I got bullied, like, and it didn't feel good, but my parents always taught me I have family, right? So, especially I got my parents, and they taught me, so we have guns, but I know I can't use them. I was taught not to use them on people. Like, I always knew in my head, as a kid, I was taught that never to even have the guns in your hand. It could be unloaded. Your finger does not touch the trigger. My finger touched this trigger, the gun was unloaded, and my dad smacked the gun out of my hand. He said, "Are you crazy?
Holy shit, dude.
You ever do that again, and you'll never touch another weapon in your life." Like, around him, So I knew never to do something like that. So, from my personal opinion, it depends on how your parents raised you. Because to cope with any situation, right? It could be even, you can hurt somebody, you're bullied, right? So you're feeling threatened. Man, some people fight bullies, right? Some people pick up a brick and throw it at a bully. It's all depends, I think, on how your parents raise you and how they teach you to stand up for yourself, how they teach you to deal with situations, right?
Right.
Yeah, if if you're getting bullied, of course, the parent's going to find out somehow, or even if they don't. But even before the parent thinks or even knows about the kid getting bullied, right? What if they don't? The kid never told the parents, right? The parents should always teach their kid how to deal with such situations, right? Okay, like someone's picking on you, right? Like the kid should be taught to fight back, right? Why would you sit in the corner and get pushed around? The kid should know, you have to fight back. You have to fight the bully. You can't sit there and take it. If the kid fights back, the bully knows that that kid will fight back. He's not going to keep attacking him because he knows that he's in risk of getting hit. That way, the bully cannot work in his safe environment. Bullies
Right.
feel just as threatened as the kid bullying him, you know?
Yeah.
The bully feels just as threatened as the guy that he is bullying. He doesn't feel threatened because the kid does not fight back. That's why he bullies him.
Right.
I know this personally. I didn't even know how to fight, but I knew what I had to do. I could even just, pretend I'll hit the person back and they won't bully me. That's because my dad told me, you don't take shit from people. But
Yeah.
certainly, under no circumstance do you ever pick up a weapon and go hit the. You never shoot a person. I knew that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it honestly depends on how your parent raises you. Take that, for example, outside of school, right? That's still a person. In a few years, he would have been working in an office. If someone's bullying him at an office, what's going to stop him from being an adult that owns a gun that goes, takes it, and shoots somebody? I don't think that it has much to do with owning simply the fact that you own the gun. It's how you react, I guess would be the right word, to
Uh-huh.
the fact that you own the gun. You should always know consequence. The, I think all of this
Not
revolves
enough
around
support, you know?
it revolves either around their simply the fact that the parents are there for them,
Yeah.
or even if their parents are teaching them anything.